Hello, hello, and happy Friday. Thanks for joining me at lunchtime. Well, at least it's lunchtime right now, the time of this video in Atlanta. Let me know where you're watching from. As I mentioned, I am in Georgia, outside of Atlanta, and it's about 40-something degrees, which actually feels warm because yesterday it was 20-something. Hey, Terry. So let me know where you're watching from, and I'd love to know if you're having lunch with me right now. So I just listen, let me just say this before we get into my topic, which is all about why you need a life coach. I had the best okra. I roasted it slow in the oven, like at a high temperature, and it was so good. So I highly recommend that. I had that with some salmon. And I'm having some hot tea. This is the other thing I just wanted to share with you very quickly because I hope you're taking care of yourself as we go into these winter months. So I highly recommend this too. This is really, it's what I put 3 of these on my desk, and it's how I get my water in. So anyway, today we're going to be talking about why do you need a life coach? And I thought about this topic because I was on a flight recently, and the guy next to me asked me what I did, and I said a life coach. He was like, I've never heard of it. So I was like, I think because I've been in the life coaching space for over a decade, I just felt like everyone knew about life coaching. So I wanted to talk about why you need a life coach. And the bottom line is, I don't know about you, but I am determined to experience the best possible life every single day that God allows me to have. I'm not one of these people that believes your best life is some point outside of you. I believe it's every day that you are blessed, that we are blessed to open our eyes. That is a day where the opportunity exists for you to live your best life and to have the best possible experience. And so the ability to experience life each day in the best possible way, you have to have tools. And similar to, I like to use the analogy of the phone. So depending on your age, if you were, you're like me, you remember when we didn't have cell phones, and we started with the flip phone, and now most of us have an iPhone or Android. And so my point is, you can still make a phone call with a flip phone. You can even text me with a flip phone, but your experience of using the flip phone compared to the iPhone is totally different. And that's the way I really see life coaching. It's giving you a tool that allows you to experience life at the best level. And so why is that even important? It's important now more than ever because you and I are being programmed every single day. There is a phenomenon now called the internet brain. And so the impact of us being online and our electronic devices is actually reprogramming the neural pathways in our brain. And so if you think about it, our external hard drive, if you think in terms of software and hardware, we used to have to remember a lot of things. If you think about back in the day, you would remember telephone numbers, you would remember the address, you would remember things that now we don't have to remember those things. And the competition for our attention is very different. Depending, again, when you grew up, I remember when television actually went off. My parents didn't get cable until I left to go to college. So I remember, I want you to put below, if you remember when we would have the rainbow on TV and television went off. So that speaks to how we are constantly stimulated. Our brains now are constantly stimulated. Everywhere we look, there's this constant stimulation for technology. If you're at work, you probably have a computer that you're looking at. You probably have an iPhone. Your kids probably have an electronic device as well. Kim remembers, yes. So all of that, there's a data now, and I actually want to read this to you. There's an article that was recently published in Science Daily. You may not read that like I do. That states that our concentration, our time spent online actually impacts and alters specific areas of cognition in our brain. And those changes in our brain have an impact on our ability to concentrate, our ability to focus. And so that's why it's important now more than ever to have a life coach. And I want to share with you, I am so excited about this new tool that I'm using with my clients the different parts of the brain. So I'm showing you that you see that there's the orbital. I'm not going to go too deep. Don't punch off. I'm just going to share this very quickly. So these pathways really impact our ability to engage our prefrontal cortex. And that's where you and I make our long-term decisions. It's where you decide to eat the salad in the morning, and you decide to save the money, you decide to, live the more disciplined lifestyle. And so because we are being bombarded with so much technology, it's really impacting our ability to engage this part of our brain. And the part of our brain that's being more dominant is this side over here, which is the limbic side. That's the side that forgets that you said you were going to work out today and eat right, and just says, you know what, forget it. I'm just going to have the fried chicken and the donut. So life coaching, at least the way I do it, integrates the ability to reprogram the programming that we're bombarded with all of the time. It's my belief that we are all beautifully made by God, but horribly programmed. And that programming is so powerful right now that unless you are intentionally doing work to manage your brain, then you're going to be at the effect of all of the things that we're surrounded with. And an indication that you're at the effect of all that we're around is that you may feel overwhelmed, you may be procrastinating, you're losing your ability to focus like you used to, you may feel stuck. If you continue to have the same goals year after year, those are just indications. Listen, I don't want you to beat yourself up, because like I said, we're all being programmed. Technology is literally reprogramming the pathways in our brain. And so it's important that we are intentional about changing it. And so the life coaching that I do, I actually focus on a combination of reprogramming the brain using neuroscience and my faith as a Christian. So when I was trying to get help with this myself, my challenge was that a lot of the coaches out there didn't share my faith. And so they were inviting me into spaces that I didn't feel comfortable because, again, they weren't aligned with my values or my faith. So it combines Christian values, neuroscience, life coaching, and my background is in engineering. Now, what's the bottom line importance for you? Working on and investing in your ability to manage your brain and the thoughts that are in it impacts every single result that you want to create in your life. So as we're about to enter a new year, God willing, for all of us, and you're setting all of these incredible goals, know that in the absence of being able to manage your mind, then your ability to consistently take the necessary actions to create those results is really going to be compromised. And it has little to do with the old school methods of just put your head in the game. You just got to be disciplined. If you want it bad enough, you'll have it. The reason those tactics aren't as effective now is because of exactly what I just mentioned. We are being programmed. The online brain that we have is actually impacting our ability to engage that part of the brain that I just showed you with my cute little, don't y'all just love my little brain hand now? The prefrontal cortex, our inability to engage this part in the absence of having a system of engaging that, then that's what leads to the start, the stop, start again, stop again. So if you have someone who's only holding you accountable for actions and they aren't doing any kind of brain work, then that's why it becomes a lot more difficult to continue to make the transition to the lifestyle. So listen, I don't want to make this too long. I just wanted to share why I believe everyone needs a life coach. It's similar to the iPhone. Could you keep your flip phone? Can you not have a life coach? Absolutely. But it certainly changes your experience. Just like going from the flip phone to the iPhone, it will change your experience of how you show up in life, how you feel in your body, how you feel in your relationships, how you feel in your outlook, how you feel as you go through challenges, how you feel when you fall and you things that you didn't have any idea were going to be a part of your life. All of those things that happen to all of us. Life coaching impacts all of that. Why? Because it impacts your brain. At least the way I do it. So if you enjoy this and you are looking at making some changes before this year ends so that you can set yourself up for 2020, I would love to talk to you. You can send me a private message and we can get on the phone, because what I don't want is for you to have what I call a continuation year. I really want you to have a new year with new experiences, feeling great about your life, moving forward in a way that you never have before. That's what life coaching did for me 12 years ago, and it continues to do it. I believe every life coach needs a life coach, and I have a life coach to this day, because again, it's all about having the tools so that every new day that God gives you, you're able to experience your best life every single day. And you're not making it conditional. So that's what I have for you. Just leave me a private message, or you can post below and I'll reach out to you. But I would love to talk to you about how life coaching can completely change your life. I promise you, it continues to blow my mind, the impact of working on my brain and working on managing my emotions and thoughts and all of that. It is the foundation for every result that you want to create. All right, God bless. Enjoy your lunch. Thank you for joining me. Let me know what you have for lunch too, and I will talk to you later. Happy Friday. Bye.